Cool. Christine, Jason, Catherine, how's everybody?
Good.
Yeah, awesome. It's going to be fun tonight because like we're working with Michelle and we're going to be building her funnel in an hour. And so it's very intense. So if anybody needs to get like water or needs to do like a bathroom break, now's a good time because we're going to be going very fast. I'm going to be doing a screen share. And as we're talking about, like getting, 50 leads using opt-ins, using landing pages, it's going to be like really awesome, but it's going to be pretty intense.
Did you do something similar this morning, man?
Yeah, but we had a few tech issues this morning because I haven't fully paid for my Zoom account. So it knocked us after 40 minutes and only allowed 2 people in. So
Okay.
I had people messaging me about it. But it's been awesome. It's been such a good year. I mean, like, besides like all the bad things, but everything else. Yeah, so Les was pointing out there's 2 of me on. I've got my laptop and my phone. I didn't want to take any chances. I didn't want to sort of have one of them sort of fall over. So I am using 2 cameras. So I'm just going to message Michelle, who is our guinea pig. She's going to be doing this with us. Well, Christine's just having a little bit of trouble getting on. Alrighty, can everybody see in the group chat that there's a link to a Facebook thread?
Yep. Which one?
Yep. So you guys can see that one if you can click on it, and we're going to be talking through that as well. So like once kind of like everybody gets muted, I'd still like to be able to hear from you if you can talk to us. Oh, yep, Michelle is going to be on in a second.
Which page is it, Scott?
Can you see in the chat thread here, like in Zoom, the Zoom chat thread?
Oh, in this thread. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a link to the Facebook thread.
Okay. No,
So like if you could click on that one.
I can't see it in the thread.
Oh, I can't see it in the thread either.
No, there's no
In the chat thread?
No, nothing
No,
there.
not in the Zoom.
Nothing there yet.
Okay, I'll just
On a laptop anyway. On a laptop. Ah, there it is. There it is. There
Yep.
Yep.
Excellent. Thanks for your patience, guys.
So,
All right, so there's a lot of people coming on. Every 2 seconds there's another person, which is awesome, which is really great.
Yeah. What did I do?
shit.
Michelle, I'm just going to unmute you.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, good. Hello, everyone. Hi.
Alrighty. So yeah, Michelle's volunteered with us tonight to basically to build the funnel really quickly. And we've only got an hour to do this. And so we've been prepared in the meantime. We've made sure that like what we've done. Yep, so there's more people. We've made sure that what we've done, I'm just going to do a screen share. But before I do, can everybody see, all right, there's more and more people coming in. That's awesome. Can everybody see in the chat thread that there's a link to our Facebook thread? So I'd love for you guys to be able to join there and to be able to keep talking to us, even though your microphones are on mute. Yep, so if you're not in the group, I'm still, I'm just adding you as we go. And then can you see the thread that has like the picture of the sun? So that one, whoops, there we go. Can you guys see that? So once you enter, if you could join there. All right. I can see like a lot of you are asking to join the group. That's awesome. Cool. And then if you could say hi in the comments. Cool. Alrighty. So let's get started. So Michelle, thank you so much for joining us because you're a guinea pig. And if I can introduce you, like you're very senior. Oh, g'day from Christian's Wall. G'day. You're very senior. Like when it comes to internet marketing knowledge, or comes to kind of like, you know, like what you're doing on the internet. So I'm still
Sorry,
adding
I
people.
might have lost. Have I gone out or something? Oh, sorry.
I can still hear you.
All right, it's all right.
Yeah,
I'm just having a moment. I might be lost with this sort of stuff.
that's all right. So the tech stuff, yeah, there's like a lot more people on than usual. So it might be, you know, Zoom might be under a little bit of strain.
No. I just went into the Facebook group, then I couldn't find the Zoom.
Oh, okay. I get you. It should keep going in the background. Can you guys just say hi on the link once you get there?
Yeah, like it took me out. Like when I just went onto the link, it just took me out, and then I needed to get back to the Zoom.
Oh, okay. No worries. All right. Suzanne said hi. Michelle, you've said hi on the link. Some
Yeah,
more
but I think
people-
I've lost that. I think I've lost that again. Like I think I closed it when I was trying to get back. So do I just need to go and do that again in the chat?
Catherine said hi. With you, Michelle, maybe if we just chat, because like you'll be unmuted the whole time, so you don't need to
Yep.
to worry about that one.
No worries.
But yeah, if everybody else could like, so Suzanne, Catherine, Christine's still having a little bit of trouble getting in. I think she's had some tech issue today. All right, let's get started. So to introduce Michelle, she is basically like brilliant at Instagram. So if you want to know how like to get a client base with Instagram, she has a course. And what we're doing tonight is we're basically using Facebook to get people to go through a funnel to buy this course. And you can use the same technique, like whether it comes to like, you know, selling hypnotherapy, NLP. So do you guys work with like, whether it's relationship stuff, anxiety, depression, addiction? Do you do NLP, coaching, hypnosis, anything in the expert space? Anytime like when you're selling something, either one-on-one sessions or Zoom sessions, or you're selling online courses, we're calling that a funnel. So with this funnel, we're going to be building one tonight. So let's get into it. And so Michelle, there's like the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is I'm just going to do a screen share on my phone. And we were talking about this earlier today. So I'm going to do screen share. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
And then going to slides. So just to start everybody off with this topic, like this is basically what we're introducing. Is the idea of like, what is a funnel and how do you get people really easily to get from the start to the finish and then eventually buy from you? Alrighty, so that's right, I'll just wait for it to load and catch up. Let's get started. So when you sell something online, the idea is that these people that we're selling to begin with, they've never heard of us. We're planting the seed. We have to go through all of the steps. And to begin with, I'm just going to go back one slide. Here we go. This is what we get told, that once you understand who your ideal client is, you then get plenty of hungry customers. So it's basically find out who you want to sell to. And at the end, people should just give you money. But there's missing steps. Once you know who you want to sell to, there's just a little bit more to it. And so that's what we call like the missing link. And we call this the CAR formula. So how to attract hundreds of customers? So the reason you need the CAR formula is, let's say like back in the Industrial Revolution, when everything was just sort of starting out, it was pretty much like just build it and they'll come, like Field of Dreams. Then in the 90s time with advertising, we basically found that marketing was a lot more available to a lot more people. You just had to really put yourself out there. And the idea was your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. So risk being seen in all of your glory, which is a quote by Jim Carrey. So you just had to advertise a little bit harder than the average person. But now we're at this point where marketing's changed. Your message has to travel further than you do. And that won't work unless you know what your message is and what people are listening for. So this is kind of what it looked like in the 90s. Two people could have a generic message and they could both do pretty well. They just had to compete against each other. Now, would you guys agree that perhaps the market looks a bit like this? It's like completely overcrowded, because now that we've got Facebook, it's just crazy. Like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everybody's advertising, and it's just kind of like a nightmare trying to like sort of bust through that kind of like that, all of that noise. And so the targeting message, what we call the CAR formula, we use something called the message maximizer. So basically a generic message is something like you've got a toy spinner versus fidget spinner for people with anxiety that want to calm nerves, replace addiction and relieve panic attacks. Or a life coach versus I help startups to create a 6-figure online marketing funnel in 3 weeks. The more specific you get, the more you cut through. Or a personal trainer versus a bulk coach for competitive bodybuilders who have a fast metabolism and struggle to put on mass. Does that make sense? Or a relationship counselor versus I help single full-time professionals to find a partner who matches and adds value to their lifestyle. That's basically what we're calling the CAR formula. It's becoming a lot more specific. So I'm just still letting people in the group and still giving them a link. Alrighty. So the message maximizer. The first thing we do, so Michelle, you're still off mute?
Yes.
Excellent. So we look at, there's the future, there's the now, there's pleasure, and there's pain. This is kind of what the brain does. It tries to get away from pain and gets towards pleasure. So when people are scrolling on Facebook, they're really looking for the dreams, as in the future, what's the thing they want to acquire as pleasure? The other pleasure is the now stuff. What do they want in the moments? Pain, as in like, what do they want to avoid right now? And also pain in the future, what do they want to not have happen later? So Michelle, I'm just going to get out of the screen share just to see in case more people are usually coming on. Could you tell us a little bit about your DDFF, or what we call the DDFF? What are the dreams, desires, fears, and frustrations? So like, what's a reason that somebody might want to do, like they see your thing scrolling through Facebook. What are they looking for?
Scrolling through Instagram.
Oh, sorry, Instagram, sorry.
Yeah, so most people that I work with are really, they don't understand their ideal customer. So they really don't understand that they haven't niched down enough. So that's always interesting. But their pain points really are, they are working their butt off and doing the do and posting before and afters and getting no results because they don't have a marketing strategy at all. So they're, their pain points is putting all the effort in without any results and wasting a lot of time without any results. So that is a big pain point.
Yeah. So let's say like somebody's scrolling through Instagram and they see, everybody else that's there. What is it about yours that stands out compared to everybody else?
So my key angle is like, obviously my target market. So I've microed down to network marketers, and I have my own network marketing business. And I guess the social proof that I stand by is that I have felt their pain. So I understand them, I get them. So they, I guess people just want to be understood. So they, I get them. So that, but also another angle that I've got is that I go over and beyond in terms of service. So I've not only got a course that's got a module, but I've actually got weekly support for a whole year as a part of this program. So this is a massive angle. So that is, my point of difference.
Good. Okay. And so how much is your course?
So my course for the full year is $497 Australian. I was charging US, but I just decided with the current market. So just so you know, in the context of things, I've literally launched I did my beta course in February, and I signed on 12 organically just from Instagram. And since
Excellent.
then, I've actually done 2 today.
Yeah.
And I have been working with network marketers, mainly in the health and wellness niche, but I've got 3 coaches that are
Yeah.
wanting to do what I've done. So not just create a course, but create a community. So you get sort of more residual income. So why would you start from zero every day? So I'm actually enjoying that niche. So I may well even sort of not change, but, and I'm also working with 5 businesses. So just predominantly in wine, but wine and alcohol. I chose that.
Yes.
But I've got a couple of just, other businesses, because basically my strategies work with any business. And on Instagram, I guess the key difference between Instagram and Facebook for me is that you can find your ideal customer. If you know who that is, I can help you find them and build the right following of the right eyeballs. It's not about numbers. It's actually about just having the right eyeballs. So so I guess my key angle really is, having that community. So it's not just, and having the support of progression and direct access to me. That is huge. Like most courses you buy, you log in, boom, see you later. But this is actually, and just something that I care. And I mean, you've only got to look at my sales page right now. I've got everyone loving on me and people winning, and it's pretty huge. It's
So if we could sort of like round, just like, for my brain, just to make it easier, if we could call your course something like, $500, and you said that you'd sold 12, so that's like about $6,000-ish.
No, well, I sold 12 in my first month.
Oh, okay.
I sold probably, close to 30. And I've got, one joining tonight, and I've had a really good day, actually.
Yeah. And so how many are you looking to have join per week?
So my goal, I'm just about to scale. So I'm creating a lead, like a live webinar. So I'm just like, literally, that's my next job. So
2 or 3 per week, or?
I've got a goal by September 27, because I'm on JobKeeper with my job, real job. So my goal is to have 100 by September 27. That's like a pretty big goal.
25 a month?
Sorry?
Like 25 a month?
Yeah.
So like 4 to 5 a week or so.
And that will just give me, because I've already got now, I think it's 9 paying monthly customers. So I give them a monthly option or a full option. And for me right now, I'm actually really interested in the monthly ones, because that gives me security for a whole year. So,
so let's go.
Focus. And when I launched, I didn't have that, but I've just shaped it into this community, and the group itself and the community is going incredibly well.
That's perfect. So let's go back into, because I'm just using my phone to do this. So that's going to.
So that's just in the next 4 months, or until the 27th of September. But, long term, I want to be earning 6 figures. Over 6 figures a year, working
at least 2 grand a week
and scaling it.
So let's start by getting you some traffic. So with that DDFF, so what's maybe just 1 or 2 things you would say is a pleasure that they're looking to get right now?
Most people want like to create sales, so they want money, or they want time. They want a bit of time freedom. They want flexibility of living the life of their dreams, I guess, and being able to do what they want to do.
So let's say for just a short-term thing, maybe like what they're looking for is like, say, 20 clients a week.
Yeah.
And so like for anyone else watching as well, like just doing the same exercise, the DDFF, if you could come up with like, what's a future thing that people want? So it might be that they want to be able to travel, they want a house, they want to retire. If you're doing relationship stuff, maybe you want to get married, have children, have the love of your life and not die alone, whatever it is. For the pleasure stuff, so for you, it could be they want 20 clients a week. So if you're advertising to hypnotherapy people, it might be that they want to be able to get 20 clients a week.
Yep.
A pain could be the tech is confusing, the message is confusing, that they keep attracting clients that aren't serious. They keep attracting
the wrong eyeballs. Absolutely.
Addicts that want to use it. Yeah, the wrong people. Or addicts that don't want to get better versus the ones that are just a pleasure to work with. And then also it could be like in the future, it could be that they're going to have to give refunds to everybody because everybody's so unhappy and so angry with their terrible service.
Yeah.
because they were attracting the wrong people, the people that weren't serious.
Yep.
So as well as like everyone else that's watching as well, if you guys could also like fill this out as well, and I will put a link to where you can get all of these slides as well. But now we're going to do that sentence. Not that one. I'm just going to skip ahead a few because we've already picked a group, because there's also sorry for flicking this out, you guys, but there's 620 million Facebook groups. But the idea is like, which group would you join if you were going to like have a weight loss client? Would it be Life Coach Community in Australia, which is really just other therapists or other coaches or other people that are basically trying to sell, or some group called like Quit Sugar, which is not necessarily people are trying to sell. You're more likely to have customers in there. We've picked a group called, well, it's my group. It's called How to Cure Addiction with Hypnotherapy. And we're going to be posting in that one tonight. And so here's some examples of like what a post can look like. So how to quit smoking in under an hour. Type I'm in to download the free ebook. That one had 178 comments. Versus the one next to it, what mental health steps let you focus on your work? That one only had 3. And so the reason that one only had 3 is that there's really, it's a question, but it has no real benefit for people and it has no real strong call to action. Whereas this one does. How to quit smoking in under an hour. It's kind of like, it's concise versus the type I'm in to download a free ebook. So when I've had like hypnotherapy students come on board with me, it's usually I'll have something like 400 buying triggers to help you attract 20 clients per week. Type I'm in to get the free video or the free ebook. So here's Jackie, who was up until recently my business partner. She's still amazing. We're just not working together, but she's brilliant and I recommend her work. She had one called How to Finish Your Marketing in One Day, Even If You're Under Pressure. And she had 136 people say I'm in for that. This is one of mine. 4 emotional triggers to cure addicts. Type I'm in to download our ebook, The 4 Emotional Triggers to Cure Addiction. 120 comments on that one. So let's do this. How to DD without FF. So in your case, like what would be some of the dreams or desires, like as in like 20 clients per week? Or what's another dream or desire that somebody might want to attain from you? And everyone else watching as well, like come up with your own version of this, because this is a template that we want you guys to be doing as homework. So tell us what's your...
Yeah, so mine would be definitely around customers, you know, people wanting to create sales. And if I'm thinking about, as I said, I'm working with quite a few niches now, but predominantly the network marketers. They'd be happy with 2 or 3 clients a week or customers a week, because it's residual income. 2 customers for them over 10 years could mean a lot of income. So, you know, they would be happy with just, you know, 2 to 3 customers a week, and without, fears and frustration. So without having to post every day or without having to.
Yeah. So let's use that in a sentence. How to get 2 to 3 clients per week without having to post every day on Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't posted since October 2019 and I'm getting them every day with my direct message strategy. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. So like also like in the comments thread, if you guys could put in your version of this sentence, how to thing that your client wants without the thing that your client doesn't want. And now, what I'll do now, let's go into Facebook. I love what phones can do. It's just crazy. So I'm just going to go into a group. This is my one called How to Cure Addiction with Hypnotherapy. And so Michelle, you're in that group as well?
Yes.
So let's get, if you could type that in. So before hitting enter, just type in the how to get 2 to 3 clients per week without posting on Instagram every day. And then leave a blank space and then write, type I'm in for my ebook. And so it doesn't matter if the ebook exactly matches yet. We can fix all that up later.
So what do I have to do to get out of here to get into that group? So do I go to the chat? If you could go into, do that again?
Yeah, so if you could just go to
that link.
Yeah, I'll just tag you in the group.
I'm in the group now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So the one called How to Cure Addiction with Hypnotherapy?
Is it, oh, that's how to sell. No, that's different. Okay. I've got
Yeah.
Okay, so what's it called? How
How to cure addiction with hypnotherapy.
Yeah, got it. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So guys, I know this is like very fast pace, and I also apologize if it's hard to follow in any way, but if you're happy to go with this and this just to see what we achieved tonight, there will be a replay for this that I'll give you guys.
Do
And
you
also
want me
I
to
do
put it on
recommend
any
Michelle's.
sort of colour?
Any color, as long as it's kind of something that stands out.
Okay.
So it'll be like with this that I had for, how to attract 50 new leads with landing pages, and there's something else I'll talk about, the $100 per minute joke. Do you guys know someone called Karen Gillian? She was in Doctor Who and Avengers and everything else, and Jumanji. And I actually paid like $100 a minute to talk to her, to interview her. But then with one of my friends that she's gone like, how would you pay why would you pay anybody $100 a minute to talk to them? I'm like, I wanted to do that. So I did it, And then she's gone, well, can I do it? I'm like, and then she made a Kickstarter. And then I chucked the first $20 in, but it was kind of a joke I was having with her. But yeah, so if you could write something like, what was it, like how to attract 2 to 3 clients
How to attract 2 to 3 customers each week without having to post on your Instagram grid.
Yep. And then if you could leave like a blank line, kind of like how this one has a blank line in it.
Every day?
And then,
Blank line.
So after the blank line, then say type I'm in. So put I'm in quotes.
Type
just like that one.
I'm in. Yep.
The free ebook.
For a free ebook.
Oh, the free ebook. Oh, like it's official. It's not a.
For the free ebook. Yep.
It's almost like I think of it as like the Incredible Hulk versus an Incredible Hulk. It's like, no, there's one. And it's fantastic.
Yeah. Should type I'm in be on one line, and then for the, no, it's all right.
So kind of like that.
Yep. So I've got how to attract 2 to 3 customers each week without having to post on your Instagram grid every day. Type I'm in for the free ebook.
Yes.
Is that good?
Yeah. So Geraldine's typed how to attract 2 to 3 clients for the free book. Yeah. So that's the general idea. And so you've put that in that group, or is that still?
So post it now. Is there anything else? Yep. Just post. Yep.
Nah, if it's wrong, we'll change it.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're half an hour in. We've got like a busy half hour coming up.
Yep.
But this is kind of like it's posted.
Yeah.
Here we go. How to attract 2 to 3 customers each week without having to post on your Instagram grid every day. Type I'm in for the free ebook. Cool. So you can you can see how simple this is. A few changes I might do actually for getting you to do it. Put a capital A on attract. Capital C on customers.
Right on.
But that's brilliant.
On customers, yeah. Anything else?
That's all it takes. No, that's pretty good, because I'll just show you some examples of some other things, like 3 rules to meditate 100% even if you're busy. If busy life made you skip the step, type I'm in to watch this was done a few days ago, 35 comments. How to cure the anxiety loop, type in to download the new 162 comments in this group. But it's all kind of pretty easy. Like this one, how to become a weight loss expert and get paid, type I'm in to watch the complete seminar, 130 comments. Now,
Someone's commenting. Well,
yeah. Oh, that'd be fun to see actually. Like if it was like a live thing. I'm just going to go back into that group. Now what we want is the opt-in page. So now that we have that, look at that. Okay, thank you, Heather. That's fantastic. So what are we going to say to Heather? She said, I'm in. Do we leave her hanging? Or do we have to I see you. That's awesome. Thank you. So what do we do with Heather? Do we leave her hanging there with her I'm in, or do we give her something? So now, because you made a lead pages thing today, I'm just going to, if you can bear with me for a second.
Yep.
Here we go.
Do you want me to stay in this group or go back to Zoom?
Back to Zoom.
Okay.
So what we're going to do for you, Can you, okay, so everyone's messaging me with everything. That's okay. Can you guys see my screen again still?
We can just see your Facebook and messages.
Yeah, so I'm going to go into the new Lead Pages account that you made.
Yep. It's just saying Lead Pages is not responding down the bottom. Recover web page.
Yeah, it's my computer's a little bit slow. It's time for an upgrade.
Having a moment.
Yeah, so we're starting. So this is Lead Pages. You get it free for 14 days. It's $25 a month USD, Australian 37 a month. If it's a little bit less or something, if you do it in one go. So we're going to come up with one called, what do we call it? 2 to 3 clients per week.
I mean, I guess it's all based on time, really. You could get so many more, like, really, depending on how much time you've got put in.
Any that I've got that have got like over 100 comments, that's taken like at least a week or two to get that many.
Right.
So I leave it out there. The same as, so to anyone who's getting kicked on and off and stuff like that, there will be a recording of this. And I do apologize because it's very annoying for you if you guys are getting kicked off this. So let's, so I'm just replying to someone who got kicked out, just letting them know there will be a recording. So next, sorry, usually it's a bit faster. We're just waiting for it to go to the next page. So if you guys have slow computers, you can do it too. So we'll just pick something to begin with. Oh, sorry, that was the active campaign one.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, going to Lead Pages.net. It should remember the login details, but I'm just gonna, if I need to enter the password and everything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off screen to do that. But it should remember. Here we go. Create a new landing page. We want to generate leads with a free resource. If you guys have a faster computer than me, then you will be so much faster at this than me. So again, like, what are we doing with Heather, as she said I'm in? We don't need an opt-in page for her. So 2 to 3 clients per week, ebook. So this is kind of the template. This is what we got so far. And we just want to edit, you gave us a banner.
Yep.
So I'm just going to upload that banner. And so I can just drag and drop something. And I think this is the one that kind of stood out to me as being the most banner-like.
Yeah, that was my banner.
Cool. Now we just want to change the size. That'll do. Then we're going to change this picture.
You'd normally
And you gave
recommend
me-
video there though, wouldn't you, Scott? Instead of an image?
What we found like with opt-ins is that you don't want them to stay on the opt-in for too long. So like, especially when they've already typed in. So it's a little bit different if you're putting money on it or something like that and you're building that relationship that way.
Right.
But what we found is that video after the opt-in is really good. But we just want them to opt in. Because people just do it. Like there's very little resistance if it's kind of like if you have to put in your password, put your signature in or put your PIN into the ATM. It's just kind of like people get into that mindset of like, oh, I've just got to chuck in my credentials here and that's good. So I'll just try that again. So I've got this image that you gave me. There we go. So we'll just make it a bit bigger. Okay. And then we're going to call this how to get to the I just want to make that kind of look a bit better. In this case, I might even just get rid of that part and just keep it as a very, very simple one. Make this say download the ebook. And then edit the pop-up. I want it to say download the ebook. But we need like a few more variables. Like we need in fields, add a field. Phone number is pretty good, but we don't need all that info there. The name would also be very good. So I'm going to put email at the bottom. There's something we'd have there. I'll just put name in again. We'll put name at the top. So name, phone number, then email. And then the action, we haven't set up a landing page to put them there yet. So what we can do is first set up your lead magnet, and you'd sent me a PDF. So if we go to lead magnets, create new lead magnet. So what would you say? Would you put in your full name or your business name?
I'll put in my full name.
Yep. So is it Michelle?
Gilroy, Gilroy. G for gorilla.
Sorry.
And it's a hyphen web, just to confuse it all.
Yep.
W.
Do you have like a
two B's
two B's at the end of web?
Yep.
Do you have a business email address?
Yeah, just M Gilroy Web, just with no hyphen, at
Yep.
big with two B's
Yes.
at bigpond.com. I actually have another hello one and an info one, but I'm having problems. Like sometimes I don't know what's going on, so I won't give you that.
Okay.
And I'd probably use, like for my niche, I'd probably use the word customer, not clients, but like it depends if I'm doing coaches or I'm doing, you know.
Okay. Then the download button will be download ebook. And now we can upload a file. I think you gave me,
Yes.
that's right, it lets me browse for it. I downloaded it. So on this computer, I think I'd put everything on the desktop.
It'll be in your email from me. Oh, there it's.
There we go. So this is something that Michelle's made earlier. So that she's made a PDF, which is amazing. I love it. And so in the body of the text, we might just say, thank you for downloading our ebook. We can change that later. Excellent. Now we can basically, now that we have an actual lead magnet, we can create the thank you page where people can actually, like, say, see your ebook or something. So, oh, sorry, you guys still there?
Yep.
Yep, my my computer's overheated. This kind of like an oldish laptop. It'll just take a little while to get it back. So I'm just going to show you guys, like, with a screen share. What it is that we're doing. So we've already posted. And now we're just literally having to do something for it so that Heather has something to look at. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to fast forward a little bit through this because we've done the call to action. We've put the thing on Facebook. There's the ebook that you're offering, and there's videos that you're going to create as well. So there's the type I'm in that you put at the end, and now it's time. So what we call the landing strip, or the opt-in page, ClickFunnels. If you guys are happy to, like, to sign up for, for lead pages, that it's only about 25 USD or 37 Australian. What you can do very easily is that you can go to Canva and you can design an ebook cover if you don't have one already. You can then put in your headlines. You can download it. Then you can go to a place called a Dazing, and then it'll actually turn it into like a 3D ebook cover for you. And then you can download it, and it'll look more like this, so that that picture there in lead pages, when you change the picture, it'll look like a 3D book cover.
Oh, that's cool. So what's it called? A Dazing? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so we start with Canva to make the flat file, and then we go to a Dazing mockup, and that creates the ebook cover.
Is that free?
And then, yeah, it's free. You can pay for it to get more complex things, but they've got like a huge free area. And then once we upload the file, like what we did, we've made the lead magnet. We then need to make the other pages. So once people have opted in, it sends them to the landing page. And the landing page is where they can actually get the ebook. It also emails people with the ebook. I'll just fast forward on to the next part. So on the thank you page as well, an option that you can have is because you're emailing them with your free guide or your free ebook. So like on Facebook, we've said how to get 2 to 3 clients per week without having to post every day. And then there was the blank line, then it says type I'm in to download the ebook. We give them the link to the page, and it takes us to our opt-in page. It then emails them the ebook, and on the thank you page, you might decide to put a video. And so you can, with that video, you can literally just embed a video from YouTube. So here's like one that I did. I basically just recorded something on my phone. I clicked this button on YouTube, which is the camera looking thing, and then I can upload it, and then I can share it, and then copy the link and then put it in the embed section under that video. And then you've got the actual sale to do. So once you've basically given them the ebook and you've given them video where you teach them something, you want to sell something. Because the idea is like the government doesn't need to sell you stuff because they just have authority. But when it comes to trust, what we do is like, there's like this trust acronym that we use called, there's touch points. So how many times you communicate with them is very important, because if they've never met you before, they don't then yet trust you enough to give you like, say, $500 on the first time they've met you. That's why we need to continually contact them just a few times. The recency, like whoever was last or top of mind, that person tends to get the money as well, because if they get distracted by one thing, they go off and they've kind of forgotten what was happening. They see the next thing. Usefulness, that what you actually send them needs to actually solve a problem. Simplicity, there needs to be a clear message, not a confusing message. And the tribe is that you will then start to get word of mouth. So Michelle, you're still there?
Yes.
Excellent. So how do you get your clients to love and buy your product? So don't sell using a seller's mindset, sell using a buyer's mindset. So there's the seller mindset versus the buyers. So the idea is that people want to feel like that when they're online, they're going through a store and they're picking up the items. They're going, this looks nice and this looks nice and I want more of this. Versus kind of like the, you know, the cheesy salesman. So the seller's mindset starts with usually, I've got a product, or like, you know, I've done my hypnotherapy, or I've done my coaching, or I've done my NLP, or I've done something. And I need more sales. I need people to book in. So if I advertise it, people will buy it. No one's buying it, so I'm going to discount it because the economy's bad. And then I'm going to get a transaction, and then I'll get rich. Whereas the buyer's mindset is more like they feel pain or desire. And that's what the DDFF is for. So we start with the DDFF. It's like, what are your clients' dreams, desires, fears, and frustrations? And so like things like that really great headline that you came up with, how to attract 2 to 3 new clients or customers per week without posting every day. That's a pain that they want to follow. Then they're looking for solutions. And then you teach them in your ebook and you teach them in your video. And then they start selecting, thinking like, well, you've got a course available and you've got some products that I might like to buy. The issue becomes urgent, whether it's tax time or whether they feel that, you know, that their job's running out. There's all these different reasons, or like it's COVID time and people feel that like, all right, well, I better get on to selling Zoom calls to people. And then they buy, and then you can end up with a happy customer. So in the wellness industry, it could be something like, here's a seller versus a personal trainer. And here's like, say, a buyer, the person who wants to actually lose weight. So one example could be the buyer's mindset is, I've got a product, I need more sales. If I advertise it, people will buy it. Discounts equal sales, and then they get rich, which doesn't really work. It's like, I just got my PT certification. Who will buy it from me? If I post online, people will book, and I have to push to grow my business than to get rich. But it's more kind of like, let's think about the other person's point of view. They feel pain or desire. So like, my jeans don't fit. What diet is best? Should I try keto? Summer is approaching. I need help. That's where the person wants to buy, because you've been helpful the whole way through. You've been on topic. Instead of pushing, I know hypnosis, instead of pushing, I know coaching, instead of pushing, I know psychology in some way, the idea is to be useful to the topics that people are looking to buy from you. Relationship coaching. This could be something like, you know, again, like I just got my NLP qualification. Who will buy it from me? If I post online, people will book. I have to push to grow my business, then get rich. So you're still there? Like, I just want to make sure my internet connection's still.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Excellent. And so another one, like that for the relationship, they might go, I'm lonely. So you might help them like with a headline that's like, you know, what to do if you're lonely, like 3 tips to, you know, find love this summer, this winter, even if you can't leave the house. And then they go, how do I find one? They start looking for solutions. They might try eHarmony, or they might try your ebooks. They might try the whatever it is that you can teach them. And then they go, I've passed my peak, or I'm too old, or I'm too something, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, I'm too something. And they sort of think, well, but this other person, this, amazing person who put out, like Michelle put out this amazing Instagram information. She taught me that I actually just need to change my methods. I'm not like beyond help. I just need to change my methods and then I can get a result. And then they need help and then they buy. Or it could be like a money industry. I just got my CPA. Who will buy from me? If I post online, people will book. I have to push to grow my business, then get rich, versus the buyer's mindset again. I don't understand tax. How do I claim back on tax? Should I hire someone to do it or should I do it myself? It's the end of the financial year and I need help. And this is where people can book in. So creating your customer journey map. So you can either have like an ebook or a video, or you can have both. And that's what we were doing with Lead Pages, that we want to have like an ebook that then like the thank you page then has a video. And then they get another video then they get another one when they're selecting. And then the issue becomes urgent and then they buy. And so the way we're doing this is basically through emails. So there's that PDF that you made, which is incredible. I love it. I'll make sure everyone can get a copy. But then we're doing video. So the first video is basically, it's a free gift. It's not selling, it's teaching. And so in teaching, if we're talking about Instagram, I'm just going to go to what to say in the first video. Phil Felt Found is a formula that we found that works really, really well to explain anything. And so like, if you're sort of going like, well, I want to put a video out, but I'm not sure what to say in it. It's like, well, if you think about the problem that you help people to fix, the problem that you help people to fix, you can use Phil Felt Found to teach it. So let's say like it's relationship advice or anxiety. Let's say like anxiety, for instance. It might be, I know what it feels like to have anxiety, to be basically kind of in that loop that you can't get out of. And anxiety can feel like a loop, because like every time I try to kind of do something good for myself, every time I try to get disciplined, I worry too much about the future. I think about like how women or men, whatever it is, don't like me, or perhaps like that the employer will never, or my, the customers will never buy from me, or whatever it is. I just worry about my future. I think about like, where I am, what my age is in this part of my life. And I felt, and so like, it could be that you might say that you might feel that way. I felt the same. But what I found was that when I changed my methods with anxiety, and I actually gave myself a morning ritual where I would sit and I would journal my thoughts. And I found that like when I would sit, not just journal my thoughts, I'd get a good night's sleep. I'd make sure that I didn't put too much caffeine and sugar and alcohol into my body. And I made sure that I talked to people about how I was feeling at least once a week. What I found was that these fears didn't come up as much, if that makes sense. So it's like what you guys are doing is that you're basically making sure that the people that are watching your video or reading your book can kind of hear free tips. You're not selling it, you're teaching, if that makes sense. And so you can use the DDFF that you did, so the dreams, the desires, the fears, and the frustrations. You can then, the second video, you might bust some myths. You might say something like, well, here's the top 10 ways that people get anxiety wrong. Or it could be the top 10 ways people get Instagram wrong. The third video might be like a case study. Here's somebody that I helped using Instagram to get them 2 to 3 clients per week just in 2 weeks. And then the fourth video, so like the fourth video can be the actual sale. I'll make sure you guys all have like a copy of this. So then if we've done the ebook and we've done 3 videos, the first ebook was they feel pain or they feel desire. You're just teaching them something, 2 to 3 ways to get, 2 to 3 new customers per week or clients per week using Instagram. The second one could be like a myth buster, as in like the top 10 ways people use Instagram wrong when trying to build a business.
A good one for that would be just people think that they have to have a massive following. They don't. They just have to have the right eyeballs, the niched eyeballs, which I can help them find.
Yeah, it's so true.
It's like a massive myth that people just feel like they have to have 5,000 followers. It's like, no. Someone with 400 followers can make more money if they've niched well enough and know how to get the right eyeballs than someone with a massive following.
Exactly. You don't need to bother 5,000 people to get $1.
No.
especially like if you're charging something like, at least $1,000 for a program, whether it's like, say, hypnotherapists, coaches, NLP people, if you're doing $200 a session, 5 weeks, that's $1,000. So when you put out your information to help people with an issue, it's really easy to get like these $1,000 sales, just 2 a week, which is then 10 sessions at $200 a week. That's the $100,000 per year. And so all you need to do is like, to get something like 2 sales a week, you might only need 50 to 100 people on your database, which is actually pretty easy to find. But the database that you're building, as Michelle was saying, it's the right people. It's the right eyeballs. It's people that need to know those tips on your specialty. What is your specialty? Is it anxiety? Is it weight loss? Is it depression? Is it smoking? Is it money stuff? Is it something else? Once you know the problem that you help people to solve, it's easy to build that list. And then we can do the sale. And so there's the generic sale. I'm a business coach versus the 6-step sales system, which is what we say to sell. Let's say we've worked out the price, like as in like it's $1,000 or something. You can do coaching, you can do seminars, you can do online courses. Maybe the seminars might be online. You might be selling products using Instagram. You might give a thank you letter, the primary product. You might give a secondary product, bonus items, or a manual and instructions, and then ongoing supply or memberships. And then a demonstration, classes, or even like online classes. But then if you guys are selling stuff that's basically one-on-one, face-to-face, or Zoom, here's the 6 things you need to say. First, your program really needs to have a name. If you can call it something like it's the quit smoking program, it's the weight loss hypnotherapy program, it's the, what's yours called for Instagram?
It's called 10x Your Gram.
Yep. Okay, excellent. So
10x Your Gram, the course, but as I said, I've just about to launch 10x Your Gram Course and Collective, which is the membership sort of side where they get 1 hour's free training and support each week in a group Zoom scenario.
Okay, so let's go through that with this. So we've got the name of the product, so 10x Your Gram.
Yep.
The core inclusions, what's the basic stuff that they get?
So are we just talking the course or are we talking both?
So just the course to begin with. And you guys can also follow this as to...
I've changed it so that everyone that joins the course, they get it from a minimum of 12 months and they get that 1 hour's Zoom support. So really it's the membership / course now.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
And then the bonuses, like what else would you say that they get on top of that? Or was some of that the bonus?
So what they get is I bring in specialist coaches. I haven't actually made a commitment. Like on the sales page, they've got two coaches that come in and create just additional training. But I have actually been collaborating. Like I've got one coming in Thursday who's a mindset coach. I have been collaborating with a lot of others. But the key things is that they get me and my support. They get the community of like-minded entrepreneurs that are basically that I support through progression, because some people come in and they're at, year 1. And some people that come in with me are leaders that have already had, 10 years worth of professional development. So I sort of progress people through and continue to just help them win no matter what. Because, if they're not winning straight away, it just means they still haven't got one. They've just got to do more work around something. They probably just haven't been giving enough value, or there's always a reason. So that the key offering is really just the 4 modules included with the support and the community.
Excellent. And then we've got, let's say like a standard result. What would somebody be likely to achieve from doing your program?
So, like, I believe they will achieve really, a lot of network marketers, even business people, coaches, they really haven't defined their ideal customer enough. They haven't niched down enough. And so what we do as a part of this, we not only niche, but we validate that one perfect person that you're going to actually target. And we actually get them on the phone. We actually confirm their pain points, their problems, and we get the key messaging. So really the result is that you don't have to waste 2 years of marketing to something that's just not going to work. and that
Yeah.
you create sales coming to you on autopilot if you do the do and show up and do the value videos. And I teach people how to sell. Most people don't really know how to sell well.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I teach people how to actually get people across the line, and
Yep.
so that they know how to sell, because they can have all the best strategies in the world, but if they don't know how to sell, they sort of struggle. So, yeah, that's really the result. So it's really a foundational membership, like, you know, marketing and sales course that honestly can be going to Facebook, that can go in. I mean, yes, it's on Instagram because I love Instagram, because I feel like I can help anyone find their ideal customers perfectly without having to do ads. Whereas Facebook, I feel like you can only do that if you're targeting ads. Whereas you can do it all for free on Instagram if you know how to use Instagram that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And then the price. What was the price of that product?
so the price is $497 or $46 a week, but that's the founding membership. So
Yeah.
that will go up. So I'm literally about to launch it, and
Yeah.
that will go up after the launch. So I'm looking at having possibly about a month and a half launch, and I'm going to
Okay.
just go flat out into that. And as I said, I'm about to scale it through a webinar, live webinar as well. So I'm looking
Yeah. Excellent. So for the people listening as well, that this is a framework that you guys can use to sell what you have. So there's two ways of hearing this. This is a framework that you guys can be following along to produce your product, to sell yours, or you can buy from Michelle. It's like $400 and something. Like, that's practically nothing. And if you got one client out of it, you'd be ahead. So that's the beauty of this. It's like, it exposes what a fantastic deal this is, especially if you've been following Michelle, you know, long enough to go like, wow, she really knows what she's talking about. And now she's got like a full program that's just a crazy, stupid, like cheap price compared to the value that you get.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. I can just say that I've been trained by someone that's just cracked 200K on organic Instagram in less than a year. And she, when I did her beta course, I paid $765 US, which was a lot for me because I was just sort of new. And she now charges 8K for her coaching course. So I feel like I've been trained by someone that knows what they're doing, and it's certainly been working for me and for my group. You know, like I've got nearly 30 people and they're all incredibly happy. Like it's a really highly engaged small group, which is pretty awesome, and I'm pretty proud. Yeah,
absolutely. And then there's the no-brainer inclusion. This could be either somebody might give a 7-day money-back guarantee or a 30-day, or they might not give a guarantee. It might be follow-up support, anything that makes this a no-brainer. Yes. The no-brainer might be something like, this is a launch period in which that if you don't get in now, you might have to pay a higher price later.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I haven't given 30-day, I haven't given guarantees purely because you know, I was just starting the business, but it's definitely something that I'll look at in the future. But at the moment, I've got that many people happy in my course. Like no one's questioned any sort of value. So I don't feel like I'm ever going to run into that because I'm doing 10 times more than what people are getting in terms of service and helping and caring, I guess. Caring's huge, I think, you know.
Yeah. So what I'd love to do, if you're happy, we'll have links in the group, obviously, for this. I'm just going to put my face back on. If you're happy to make this a two-parter, and if we could continue this next week, we'll get your pages up. We'll have them like posted in the group, and because I want to hear from anybody who wants to do this stuff themselves. Like, how are you going with this? Can you guys see my face again?
Yeah.
Excellent. So if anybody wants to unmute and ask a question, let's stay on for like another 5 or 10 minutes or something. What have you gotten from this? Or yeah, what's something maybe that you've gotten from this, or a question that you have because of this? Does this relate to you, or does this not relate to you guys enough, and you would like to kind of like ask more specific things? I seem to have gone a lot darker. Oh, there we go. who wants to ask a question about something specifically your business and how this relates to like actions and steps that you guys can take? You can just unmute yourself if that works better for you.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Heather.
How are you?
Good. Look, I think you explained it beautifully, or I think you unpacked it really well, but it's just going to take me a while to get into the, you know, the lead pages, bleedy blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I watch the recording or we chat this week or whatever, or with whatever it is, Scott, that you post, especially when we do part 2 next week, I'm sure it's going to make a lot more sense. But
yeah, because that'll give us time to get. It'll give us time to have the videos up, the ebook uploaded and everything. Sorry about my computer overheating. But we'll have this up and running, and then next week we can then have we can do the email sequence with you guys to show basically, and we can. What'd be really great is to show sales coming through for Michelle, because you know I believe in her product and everything. But just to see kind of like all we did is like stuff that we've done with you. Besides, in the meantime, we've just kind of done some videos. But you
I
guys
actually
will be able
want
to
to
see
join.
those.
I want to join Michelle's program because, as you know, I've got 2 streams. I've got weight loss clients, but then I'm building a business for hypnotherapists using a network marketing product to support weight loss, quit smoking, all that sort of stuff. So I've already, sent a friend request. So there you go, Michelle.
Well, that would be great.
That's a no-brainer. I want to join your network marketing because I want to attract hypnotherapists who niche in weight loss or quit smoking, who are interested in leveraging a passive income using a network marketing product that supports their business that's from America. So perfect.
Oh, you'll love it because I've got like I actually help health and wellness. Like that's my niche. So I have like water people, I have fermenters, I have weight loss, I have all sorts of, and they're actually collaborating together, which is amazing. So I'm teaching sort of collaboration and like on getting on to Instagram, but I can really help you find the right person on Instagram.
I don't actually want to go the email route of really sending out loads, like the daily, weekly. I really just want to sort of build the group and have it supported by Facebook groups rather than daily.
So I'll make sure that like you guys are connected. You guys can after this chat to each other, or you'll be able to find each other in the group
Scott,
anyway.
I've sent Michelle an email, Facebook request. So there you go. I really want to just harness Facebook to just have that group of key people. Rather than the 10 million followers, the 500 actual, whatever it is. Targeted people.
I can tell you, Insta is the bomb. Like I've helped this lady with chronic fatigue. You'll meet her in the group. She's got 200 followers. She's had so many, like she goes, Mish, I love you. Like honestly, I cannot. And it's a bit like Scott's, what he does, like pain points results. Like I teach you all that in my course as well. Like and support you as well. Like, we progress, we keep going.
Right.
Pretty amazing.
I might have to, just for everyone who's only wanted to be on for an hour.
Yeah. We've got to go.
This is cool, and I would love to watch this for another, because it's really cool. It's like that's what you guys have witnessed is it's a relationship. Like instead of thinking about it as like this is a sale, what we've witnessed is a relationship. Is there something that you guys can use for yourselves about what happened here? Like versus like buy my stuff versus kind of what happened here. What was the difference? What's something that stood out for you guys? Just before we maybe just like ends the call and everything, does anybody else have a question or anything else, or a takeaway, what you've learned, or just a suggestion, for us, like is my scarf terrible, or should I get a new laptop?
You need a new laptop, Scott. You're supposed to get one a week ago. Get a new laptop.
An internet.
Yeah.
No, it's the new laptop. His software's outdated, so he needs a new lappy. Yeah.
So who else just wants to say one last thing?
You'll have to send Philip to Officeworks, Croydon.
Tomorrow, brother.
Yeah. That's his job.
It's the end of the tax year, Scott, so you'll be able to deduct it really quickly and get it back.
Right.
I think it's a good
it.
sales
Absolutely.
pitch. Scott, I do have something I everyone's on slow whatever. Sounds like everyone's really drunk. But Scott, what I wanted to say is I've got to do some stuff and I have to use GetResponse, not Leadpages, for a different reason. So I'm not going to have two, but I am at the stuck point with a Leadpage. So I either need to talk to you and or Michelle, but I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I know what I need to do, not what I am doing. And so I have the end in sight and I'm just stuck about to sell my affiliate product in weight loss, etc. So I'm not going to go into it all now, but yeah, somewhere there's a connection here somehow. Yeah. Ooh.
So who was just talking? Sorry.
Me, Geraldine.
Geraldine.
I haven't got a camera on this laptop and I put my camera away, so that's okay.
Okay, yep. So we can chat definitely throughout the week.
Yeah.
No worries. We'll have a chat. Everyone else, like, if you've got more to say, message in the thread. I just want to say, guys, thank you for being very patient. I hope that, there's something that, that helps you to kind of think about, like, well, what is it you're focusing on this week and how can you take something from today and just implement it? Like, what is that for you? Maybe
Can
like
I
not
say
everything,
something,
but like
Scott?
Yep.
I'm just loving the work that I've done with you so far because you are just, I know that like, I know that, I'm going to have to go over this stuff again when it comes to, like creating the ad and the headline, etc. But I'm loving what we're doing so far. As you know, I paid 2,000 American to do a course that ended up all being about mindset and didn't actually unpack this shit step by step. Here's how to get onto here's what I was just completely mystified by the end of it. Whereas you are seriously unpacking, the headlines and the call to actions and how to structure an ad to just doing the work. So awesome.
That's why I appreciate how patient everybody is, because when we take that approach, when we kind of like go, all right, here's 5 seconds of mindset and now let's move on to just the practical. It's a lot. And so, you guys are like really patient, like when it comes to, all right, we're doing one step and another, and it takes more than an hour like this to get it done. But
but it's worth it. I can see that already. I can see this is exactly what I've needed that I was looking for 3 years ago that I didn't get from other courses. So thanks so much. Great.
Well, thank you, everybody. Every Monday, I'm doing 10 a.m. Melbourne time and 7 p.m. Melbourne time. You guys are awesome. I love you. This is like I'm not particularly religious, but this is kind of like it for me. This is like my weekly ritual that I love to do because this is the fun thing. Jackie does Tuesdays. I'll make sure that she's got a link as well because her stuff, like the reason we stopped working together is strategic because like we're teaching different things. We might work together in the future again as well, but we're still awesome friends and we chat. But I'll make sure there's a link to her stuff. I'll make sure there's a link to Michelle's as well because that's brilliant and you guys are talking. Thank you, guys. I might need to go to bed myself, and you guys have been amazing.
Thank you. Okay.
No worries.
Bye, everyone. See ya.
Thanks, Scott.
Ciao.
Bye.